at your pre-op, after talking with the doctor, you'll pop over to MD Beauty Lab and you'll talk to me and we'll kind of go over everything that you're taking home for your kits. It's very like gentle, hydrating products that are ensured to like boost the skin barrier and not compromise it so that you heal really nicely after your surgery. I love nerding out about skincare with patients and just talking about what they're using at home and what they're loving and not loving, and maybe what we can integrate new skincare into safely, of course, before their surgery. But I always think it's nice to kind of prep even before you schedule your surgery with maybe some microneedling or some advanced modalities to kind of thicken up your barrier to ensure that you're still having nice, smooth skin after your facelift. As we're aging, our skin is naturally getting thinner and is being more compromised. And then add in maybe your retinols or your tretinoins that were not properly explained to you on how to use, and free radicals like pollution or just your environment all add to your skin barrier being compromised and being even more damaged. And so it's really important to like give back into your skin, get back that youthful barrier that we had. And so that's where you're going to see more of that poreless, glassy skin that has that youthful bounce that like we used to have when we were younger. Moisturize. That's the best thing you can do, is boosting that hyaluronic acid, which is naturally in your tissue. And that's just going to help your skin heal even better. One thing I love is our scar gel. It's 100% silicone. You know, it doesn't reverse the scar, but it ensures that it has the best environment to heal. This is a Silogen, 100% pure silicone gel. It's our favorite for our post-procedure and treating scars. Just very clear. It's a little bit thicker, kind of viscous. It is made to be a little bit thicker so that it acts as a protective barrier in between the healing skin and maybe our clothes or just the environment that it's exposed to. So it just feels nice and smooth afterwards. I always love recommending some sort of collagen induction therapy before your surgery. I always think it's going to be the best investment that you can give to yourself before and after your surgery. Making sure that your skin has that proper amount of collagen, because we can get a facelift and we can pull that skin back, but is it still crepey? Is it still inflamed? Is it still hyperpigmented? So those are treatments that we can actually address those concerns with. Yeah, the facelift doesn't really much have effect on the actual quality of the skin. My favorites are microneedling and RF microneedling. Microneedling is a little bit of a slower process, so I do recommend giving yourself, up to a year to 6 months before your surgery to really make sure that you have time to properly do the full 3 sessions of microneedling to get your optimal results. Mostly, again, anything that's going to compromise the skin barrier. We do want to keep it a little bit simpler before your surgery, and even taking a break from your microneedlings to ensure that it's nice and clean and there's no risk of infections during healing. I would say that usually comes to like the quality of the brands is where I'm mostly saying that. I just had my hairstylist come in to see me because her previous esthetician was just driving her crazy, and she was telling me all the products she was recommending and how she was like spending $600 every time I saw her. And it was just this new product. And I was like, well, are you wearing a sunscreen? And she's like, yeah, she just recommended a Trader Joe's sunscreen. And I literally went, oh, Trader Joe's sunscreen. So that's mostly where I'm a little bit of a skin snob. I mean, it's fine. But if she's spending $600 on everything else, on all your chemical peels and all these other products that are actives, why cheap out on like one of the most important products? Especially nowadays, we can kind of get a little bit of product fatigue. And so we're kind of missing the basics. Good gentle cleanser, moisture, and protection. I usually don't see people after their facelift until like month 3 or 6, even a year, because we want to make sure everything's fully healed before we do any sort of treatments on them.